All right, folks, grab your sleigh bells. Today, we're diving into the legend of Santa Claus. Wait, scratch that. I'm in Scott Calvin. Oops, rewind. Actually, let's talk about the real star behind the beard, Tim Allen. But before we begin, welcome back to Titan 007, the channel where we uncover the most interesting stories from movies, legends, and people who have left a mark on our lives. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. There's always something new, something inspiring, and something that will keep you watching with us until the very end. So, let's begin. Tim Allen, the man who, for many people, is the real Santa Claus, even though he never planned to become a symbol of Christmas. He was born in 1953 in Denver, Colorado, as Timothy Allen Dick. His childhood was a mix of joy and tragedy. At just 11 years old, he lost his father in a car accident, a moment that deeply marked him and would later influence his humor, his strength, and his ability to cope with life through laughter. After moving to Michigan, Tim grew up as a quiet but creative child. No one could have guessed that he would become one of the most recognizable comedic figures in America. But life has a strange way of opening doors when we least expect it. In the 1970s, Tim began performing as a stand-up comedian. His style was unique, a combination of sarcasm, physical comedy, and that recognizable growling sound that would later become his trademark in the TV series Home Improvement. Audiences loved him, and comedy clubs started booking him more and more. However, like many comedians, he struggled with his own demons. In 1978, his life took a dramatic turn when he was arrested for drug possession. It could have been the end of his career, but instead, it became the beginning of his transformation. In prison, Tim realized he had two choices: give up or rebuild himself. And he chose the second. After his release, he fully committed to comedy, worked relentlessly, built his reputation, and step-by-step climbed toward the top. Then came a moment that changed his life: Home Improvement. The role of Tim the Tool Man Taylor turned him into a national star. The show became a hit, and Tim Allen became a familiar face in American homes every week. His humor, energy, and charisma made him a favorite character for millions. But the real magic happened in 1994. Disney offered him the role of Scott Calvin in the Santa Claus. At first glance, the role seemed strange. A man who accidentally becomes Santa Claus? But that was exactly what made it perfect. Tim accepted the role, and the movie became a massive hit. His portrayal of Santa Claus was warm, funny, human, and full of heart. He didn't just play a character. He created a new version of Santa Claus, modern, realistic, and deeply relatable. The film received 2 sequels, and Tim Allen became the face of Christmas for an entire generation. The irony is that a man who went through so many challenges, falls, and struggles became a symbol of hope, joy, and holiday magic. But his career didn't stop there. In 1995, Tim voiced Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story. Once again, a role that became legendary. Buzz is brave, funny, stubborn, yet full of heart. And that is Tim Allen. His energy, voice, and humor made the character unforgettable. Throughout his career, Tim Allen continued to make films, TV shows, and perform as a comedian. But what makes him special isn't just his talent. It's his story. A story of a man who fell, stood back up, rebuilt himself, and became a symbol of something much greater than himself. Tim Allen is a reminder that life is not a straight path. Sometimes we fall, sometimes we lose our way, but we always have a choice to return, to fight, and to become better. And maybe that's why people love him so much. Not because he's perfect, but because he's human. Because behind the beard, the suit, and the magic of Santa Claus stands a man who knows what it means to fight himself, to rebuild, and to keep moving forward.